I would pull up to a Buddhist monastery and be like, listen, if I beat you in a dance battle, you have to believe in Jesus. I'd do it. And I would whoop some of them bald-headed men. I'd whoop them. Hey guys, welcome back to Not a Safe Place podcast. My name is Lance Morris, and sitting beside me is the one, the only, the guy with the bad opinion.
Jake Hopper, also known as Ryan Gosling.
He admitted that
also
he had a bad
known as
opinion.
Master Groundhog.
Okay. Also known as, a.k.a. Ryan Gosling, a.k.a. Master Groundhog, Chief of the High School Boys. Well, this year, Chief of the High School Boys. Last year, it was just Chief of the Boys. We got 2 host homes this year, boy. What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast where we talk about unsafe things. Period. All right. I think that was an accurate description of the
I think that was pretty good.
All right. Solid stuff.
Just know, if you're in this room, it's unsafe.
Good. Hey, I think we're the only 2 in this room.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I hope we're the only 2 in this room. That would make things very weird.
Y'all ready to see an exorcism?
Oh, you didn't bring the holy water, so.
We could get it for like 99 cents if we call the right phone number.
You know, we could. The Deliverance spring water from that one televangelist, he's charging $100, but it may be worth it.
Dude, it might be. What do you think's in there?
Dude, it's probably water that he got from his backyard.
Not even any olive oil put into there?
No, dude. No. It's just water. No. First off, you can't tell me that there's anything special in that water. You just can't tell me that.
No, not at all.
No, there's no way.
I think the only difference, like legitimately, is that it was prayed over.
Yeah. And I think that's silly.
So, but in that instance, the Sprite that I drink for dinner is holy water because I've prayed over my meal.
You know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to go march around the water tower here in Conroe so everybody can have Miracle Spring water.
Let's do that.
Okay. All right. We're going to do that. Next podcast, it's going to be a moving podcast. And it's going to be us walking around the water tower like they did around the walls of Jericho. And eventually, one day, one day, I would think, the water tower is going to come crumbling down. And everybody's going to have Miracle Spring water. Everybody in Conroe is going to be rich because that Miracle Spring water. I showed you that commercial, right? Did I? I think I sent it to you.
The Miracle Spring water?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of y'all who haven't seen it, literally, it's a sponsored ad on Instagram, and it's this dude talking about this Miracle Spring water and how you have to have it in your life, and then shows testimonies from none other than old people who get scammed all the time. Testimonies from them where it's like, I prayed and I drank that Miracle Spring water, and then I checked my mail the next day and I got a $50,000 check. And it's like, all right, you gotta be, you're lying to me right now.
Oh, it has to be.
You're not telling me the truth right now. You can't be. You can't be telling me the truth right now.
No. The church, which I am doing a construction project on, it's an existing facility, and they have like a giant like water fountain, like water tower sort of thing out there.
Yeah.
It's just constantly going. So in all that water, the stuff that doesn't like recirculate back into it, like whenever it drains, it just goes into the sewage system, and I think it goes out to Lake Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So we ought to go and pray over that entire fountain.
Okay.
That way that all the fish are being like they're literally breathing holy water.
Okay. I think we can make that happen.
Let's do it.
Okay. That's what's next on our agenda is praying over sewage water.
Sweet.
Okay. Now let's officially kick this off with good old fashioned brain itch. What's your brain itch today, bud? What is it? Give it to me.
Okay, so mine is probably going to be rather controversial.
Oof.
So
we hate controversial things here.
Oh yeah, no.
We absolutely hate
controversial ideas and opinions are
we
not
strive
allowed
to be a safe
on
place.
Yeah, exactly. So I was scrolling through Instagram and was just seeing some nice old content.
Nice old content.
And I was scrolling through the comments, prepared to troll, and oh yeah.
Like a shark trying to find its prey.
Dude, if you don't troll in the comments, you're not having fun.
Oh man, I got kicked. Not kicked, but I got banned from commenting on Instagram for like 5 days because I pointed out the obvious.
Oh yeah, yeah. You sent me that post. It was very obvious.
It was great. And the funny thing is I was the only one. I was basically saying what everyone else was saying. Anyways, we'll stop there. But yeah. Anyways, okay. You're like a shark.
Oh yeah.
Finding a place to troll.
And literally.
Oh, we got to make shirts. Just a shark looking for a place to troll.
Let's do it.
A shark with arms with a phone. Was going to be like right below it. Beautiful. Merch on the way.
Be prepared. Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout.
And so I found this one comment of this this person. I didn't see if it was a guy or a girl, but they basically were saying like, hey, I recently just got just started my faith. I said my first prayer for the first, I said a prayer for the first time yesterday.
W. Absolutely W.
Oh yeah. And that's all this person needed to hear was that was a dub. And of course they were like, I feel like that I did it wrong, blah, 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 blah. And
yeah,
so
they just need to be encouraged.
Oh yeah, exactly. And this person was just looking for some encouragement. But what they also were looking for, they were like, I want to get a Bible. What kind should I get?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so before I said anything, I looked at the replies.
Oh, for sure. You have to.
Dude.
That's how it's almost like testing the waters.
Oh, for sure.
Like what kind of, because sometimes people's Instagrams, like their followings, they're like proper communities. So like everyone in the comments is saying the same thing. There's this, not to derail this, but
you're good.
As an example, there's this guy. I can't stand his content. I don't even know what his name is. I can tell you the name of the church. It's Remnant Fire in Jacksonville, Florida. And
Remnant Fire, you are not safe.
Not safe. And this dude is playing the piano in this video. And he goes, "This is the sound of war." Like just like literally like smashing his fingers on the piano. And the really funny thing is in the video, you couldn't hear a single instrument. Just a lot of people yelling off key. "This is the sound of war. We're going out to war." And it's like this weird chant. And it was very weird. And so I saw that and I'm in my head, I was like, there's no way that nobody's making fun of this guy. Someone has to be making fun of him.
100%.
I looked in the comments, no one said anything.
Really?
I think maybe one person. And it was like a remark that could be taken both ways. So like if you're like, "Oh, wow, you must like my stuff," it could be taken that way. Or, "Oh, you don't like my stuff," it could be taken that way too. It was very interesting. But there are some communities out there that they will hype up anything. Like in this comments, they're like, "That was so good. Gen Z out to fight. We want war." And I'm like, yeah, okay, these comments are great. Your content just sucks.
For sure.
Anyway, sorry. But no, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Didn't mean to derail that.
No, you are good.
But I saw that today and I was like, oh man,
it's that mob mentality. It's just like, you see a bunch of people going after it and you follow along.
You got to gauge the waters because you may be the only guy speaking. You may be the only person that has common sense to see a post.
And that's how I felt whenever I found the replies to this comment.
Nice.
So half of the replies, there's maybe like 15, but half of the replies to this comment were, they were pretty normal. Like, they were,
nothing crazy.
No, nothing crazy. It was like, okay, like, here's a good translation for you to read. Pretty much every comment was like congratulating them on like saying their first prayer and, just saying like, all you got, like, basically is some people were like laying out step by step. That's a whole other brain itch of mine. I won't get too deep into it. Basically, all I said, I was like, the only way that you can pray wrong is if you're praying for the wrong things. But that's about it. Like, it doesn't matter.
For the wrong things for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. Now, if you're praying, like, whenever I first started praying, I literally used to say, "What's up, God?" I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But with the translations, half of these comments were saying,
you got those King James old people
Literally.
King James, he wrote it himself.
Literally.
He's basically Jesus.
The-
Chill out.
They didn't even
King
say New King
James-
James.
Oh my days.
They said
oh my days.
They said KJV, King James Version.
People are gonna be pissed at that.
Dude.
Hey man, guess what? Read the Bible. Oh, it's not the King James version? Yeah, you're right. Go back and look. Seriously. Here's some of these. We have the original manuscripts. Okay. So do me a favor. Go back and look at the original manuscripts and go take a look at another version of the Bible. And then tell me, is the King James version really that cool or what?
I can't understand it. That's my biggest issue with it. And I just want everybody here to know I read New King James. This is my daily Bible. This is what I read out of. It's what I preach out of. It's what I take notes out of. Like that. I use New King James. So this is not coming from a place of total ignorance. But whenever people are asking where do I start, you never lead them to King James or New King James. Because
Right.
even in New King James, like there's a lot of phrases and just the way that it approaches things where it's either
Absolutely.
not 100% clear or it's just not the way that we talk. And so that was my issue with it. Is like literally, like with King James, that it's simply not how we talk. It's not how we talk. And these people are essentially toddlers in their faith. So why are you going to give them something so difficult? Would you give an
dude.
elementary school kid Great Expectations by Charles Dickens? No, because they gave that to me in high school and I couldn't understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You say, hey, you should get NIV, ESV, NLT, New Living Translation, New International Version, or the English Standard Version. I read out of the NIV, and I prefer the NIV. I'm not a big fan of the NLT, just simply because, and this is because I grew up reading NIV and hearing people speak out of the New King James. I feel like the language is definitely stronger in the NIV than it is the NLT, and I kind of like that stronger wording.
For sure.
And that's
And that's why I recommended
simple.
those three right there.
Absolutely. And it's simply just connotation of words. The words that are used in the NIV, the connotation that those words hold have more of like a bite to it. And I kind of like that. And you tell them to start in a gospel. And
Yeah.
then honestly, all the gospels,
I
the
forgot that
language
part.
and the way that they're written, it's like if you're talking with somebody that you know, okay, you're very emotional. You're an emotional person, not in a bad way, but just you're more emotionally driven. Send him to Luke. Go watch Luke, or not watch. Go watch it. No, go read Luke. Luke, it's rich in detail. Man, if you're really analytical, go read John or go read Matthew, or Mark. It doesn't matter, really. If just know the person and just send them to those things. And the reason why I can speak on Luke specifically is because I'm a more emotional person who loves the details. I want to hear about the feelings, and Luke plays more on that side to my, in my personal, my
Luke
personal
feels more
readings.
instructional to me. Like
Luke does?
It's a bit, to me, it feels a bit more like applicable. So it's like you read through that and it's like, okay, this is what Jesus said. And like he's saying this is how, like specifically, like this is what you need to do, or like this is
Right.
how you go about it. And so that's how I look at it. And to say like that's one of the things that I like about Luke.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Yeah. King James, starting Genesis.
It's like that.
No, bro.
Are you trying to push people away from the kingdom? Because that's how you close the gates.
Yeah, let's get them to know Jesus fully first before we throw them into the Old Testament. I'm a firm believer in that. Now, I understand that there's some people who are super analytical and very smart, where they are like, I'm reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Okay. Because you have the capacity.
You have to have a good imagination, though. You have
absolutely.
to have a good imagination.
Absolutely.
If you can't picture what's going on in there, you will get lost pretty quick.
Yep. And you have to have the capacity to do the research, because there's a lot of things. There's so many things you got to do the research on. Like the way it talks when in Exodus, I think it's Exodus. It's the end of Exodus when Moses. I think it's the end of Exodus. It is when Moses receives the instructions of the temple. Man, there are so many different things that God wants within the temple that are kind of like callbacks to like the garden and different things like that that are so you have to go do your research because they carry some cultural significance that those people when God was delivering that message to Moses that they knew, oh, it's going to look like that and it's for that reason, where nowadays it's a little bit different, but you have to have the capacity to do the research, and not every new Christian has that capacity.
Right.
You know, sometimes they just kind of need to be told things, and that's okay. That's a season. It's the process of sanctification. You can't expect you give your life to the Lord, and then a week later be like, I'm ready to preach my first sermon and plant my church. Nah, bruh. Like that.
It's not that easy.
That ain't it, dude.
No.
I promise you. Church planting, being on staff at a church, and preaching ain't all fun and games. I can tell you this much. Personally, I have endured the most ridiculous, I'm going to say it just one more time, the most ridiculous spiritual warfare post-preaching or doing something or being used by the Lord, where I'm like, in my head thinking, I'm like, dude, if I was a baby Christian, I would have crumbled. And it's like, for example, this one was like the most like egregious to me, where I'm like, you think you playing me, Satan? Literally, kid you not. Me and Juliana and you were there too, right? We all went, and Avery. We all four, we were chaperones to go to camp.
Mm-hmm.
Camp was amazing, dude. It was so amazing. We had so many. Oh, dude, I had this really sweet moment with a student where she was saying, "I'm ready to call you dad now," and I'm like, oh, just her having a conversation with the Lord, telling him, I'm like, you are my father. I'm ready to call you dad now. And shout out that student. I don't want to drop names.
You know who you are.
You know who you are if you do. And if you listen to this, I'm extremely proud of you. But I can tell you this, that moment I think has changed her for the better to this day.
Oh, for sure.
Like 9 months later, she's still like, whoa, like I can still see that change in you. And there's just so many really cool things that happened that whole week, and it was just so much fun. That Monday we got back, or it was right when we got back. It was either that Monday or that Tuesday. Juliana was laid off. Laid off from her job, dude.
I didn't realize it was that soon after, but it makes sense whenever I'm looking back on it, because that was all like right at the end of summer.
Yeah. At 8 months pregnant, she was laid off. Yeah, bro. Now, the Lord, guess what? He's faithful. And after she got laid off, for some reason, me and Juliana had more money than we did when she actually had a job. We don't know how it worked. It didn't make sense, but we did. We were able to pay for the pregnancy, or not even the birth giving, which is so expensive. But for us, it wasn't. And it was crazy how it worked. Absolute insanity. But yeah, dude, it's not all fun and games.
Mm-mm.
Literally, I remember in the moment when I heard Juliana got laid off, I remember I walked in because me and her shared an office at that point. I walked in and she turned and looked at me, and she was pissed. It's a pregnant woman, hormones, man. She's pissed. And she literally goes, I don't know what she said. Oh, she turned around and she goes, "They're laying me off." And I was like, I remember just staring at her like, oh. And she was still on a call, so she muted herself. She turned back around to look at her computer, and I saw it was her boss and someone from HR, and I'm like, dang. I walked out, and I remember like the first thing that went into my head was King David was known as a man after God's own heart because he went to the Lord before everything. And I was like, I want to be like King David. And so I just sat there and prayed. And I was like, dang, I wouldn't have done that as a baby Christian. I would have been like, okay, Jules, get up, let me talk to them. And I would have handed them, I would have chewed their butts.
Let me handle it instead of let him handle it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's a process of sanctification. You don't just throw someone into the deep end. like the deep end, and just go, hope you figure it out. No, bro. You work with them. It's the process of sanctification. You walk through it with them. You have the conversations. I have a question. Jesus says this in one of the gospels and I don't understand it. Okay, let's talk about it. Jesus says a lot of things that are sometimes hard to understand, so let's break it apart. You don't just throw someone into the deep end. Read the King James Version in English that we don't even speak like anymore. Why? Because King James wrote it. It's the most accurate Bible there is.
You got to show me the work on that one.
Hey, listen. Send us an email, notasafeplacepod@gmail.com. Send us an email.
I'd venture to say the Gen Z Bible's more accurate than the King James. I'm lying on that one. I'm just kidding. But
we're going to get a bunch of crappy emails for that one.
For sure.
Send us your worst.
Totally worth it. I won't read them.
You're right. That's my job.
Yeah.
I sift through the crap.
I will say this. You brought up something very true that jogged something on my memory specifically about doing like a start a Genesis read.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually both you and I are actually doing that right now. Been doing it for some time now, and I remember it was 100% within like the first 5 books, maybe Joshua, but I'm pretty sure it was more like Numbers or Deuteronomy. I don't know. It was in like one of like the bit more rule books.
Yeah.
And in one of them, it talks about how like whenever you move into a land, if you find like the statues of like the deities of like basically just not God,
Yeah.
then you have to tear them down.
Right.
And this is where doing your research really comes into effect.
Hey.
Back whenever I was living with my folks, me and my mom, we would walk one of our dogs, like, you know, after dinner, we just go walk her around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was also doing walks in the morning with her before the sun came out, and there was always this house that I would pass, and it had a beautiful front yard. Like, you know, it was one of those where they set up like kind of like a small creek for like a neighborhood, like it was like a little river type thing. But they had like 3 Buddha statues in it, and
You're gonna go tear them down,
dude. Literally, like I remember walking with my mom once as we were passing that house. I was like, you know, the Bible says that we're supposed to destroy this.
All right, Mom, give me 2 seconds,
dude. And
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go
the
smash them.
my favorite part about it was she looked at me. She was like, "If that's what it says."
Hey, man, I'm down. If you need to go do it, man.
Thankfully,
I love
though,
that.
I did my own more, like, you know, a bit more of my research. As I'm doing this read, I'm learning just a bit more, like getting a bit more of like the overall purpose.
You're rounding out your views on the Bible.
Exactly.
You know who God is.
And I quickly learned, like he was. So there is a time specific thing that I learned,
Right.
and then there is a like myself applicable, like my life application that I learned.
Yeah.
The time specific was they were moving into the land of the Canaanites,
Right.
and so they needed to basically just destroy all the remnants of the
They
Canaanites.
needed to stomp out everything that they had going on.
Exactly. Now with the real life, not real life, the now like my life application is, let's say I move into a house and there are like portraits of Muhammad on there.
Tear them down.
I'm going to tear those down. Like you don't just let it stand. If I moved into that house with all the Buddha statues, those are going to be destroyed and thrown in the trash.
Yep. Hey, this is not a safe place. Muhammad, the dude, was a pedo.
Oh, big time.
Do your research.
Big time.
There are tales, not even just tales. Sorry, these aren't just tales. There are historical documents that state he married a girl so young she was still playing with toys.
Jeez.
Oh, listen. We're gonna get some crap. I don't care.
They made
I will
kids
step
mature
in this
quick back then too. So she was probably like 8.
Okay, so listen, your own quote unquote prophet can't even uphold the word that he wrote. So what makes you think that your God's real? Oh, dang! Freaking get God out there. Get God. And yeah. Anyways, we're gonna stop. But
sit
the
on
interesting.
that. If that upset you, sit on that for a little bit
Sit on it. Sit on it.
and send us your response.
Yeah, I would love to hear the other heretical things you have to tell us.
Oh man. Well, what's your brain itch?
Oh, dude. Before I get on my brain itch, there's something interesting you said there. You said you're like, if I move into a house, if I have a picture of Muhammad, I'm going to tear him down, or those Buddha statues, I'm going to tear him down. I think it's really interesting because we were talking before the podcast. We were talking about this idea of the Lord takes you out of Egypt, He takes the Egypt out of you, and He puts you back in Egypt. And I think that there's this, arguably, the first suffering a Christian has to endure, arguably in their life as a Christian, when they're a brand new believer, the first time that they have to suffer is when the old has to die, meaning you can't do what you used to do. That's not the same person anymore. So I think that's really interesting because that premise of you're going into a new place and the old things have to die, that still is applicable.
No,
like,
for
yeah,
sure.
you're getting moved into the land of, we're not getting moved into the land of the Canaanites, but the premise is the same. You don't worship the same things you worship anymore. You worship Jesus. That's it. Point blank, period. So that means that when you give your life to the Lord and you start walking in that, walking that life out, what that means is you no longer do the things you used to do. You don't prioritize the things you used to do. Those things have to be smashed and they have to die. So I think that verse is still applicable today, but obviously we're not conquering new lands and smashing Buddha statues.
Not yet.
Not whoa, not yet.
Got big aspirations for us, Lance.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. I don't know how to take that. I don't really want to go to war, dude. I've been telling you this for forever. I'm a dancer, not a fighter.
Dance battles exist for a reason.
Good. All right. I'll listen. I'll pull
Didn't
up.
you see Guardians of the Galaxy? Dance off to save the universe.
That's true. I would pull up to a Buddhist monastery and be like, listen, if I beat you in a dance battle, you have to believe in Jesus. I'd do it. And I would whoop some of them bald-headed men. I'd whoop them.
I feel like we should, just to prepare, because, you don't go straight to climbing Everest.
No.
You climb, some short Colorado mountains,
Sure.
and you work on, the 7 summits
Yeah.
before you get to Everest. I think we need to break into a Baptist wedding and go dance there first.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. We need a Baptist wedding first. Oh, dude.
You have no idea how bad I want to dance at work.
You're gonna lose that job, buddy. Good luck. I went to this. It was at a Baptist church in Kuntz. I don't remember what Baptist church it was. And I went to this wedding, and I remember going in, and first off, it was just really awkward. And I, oh, dude, I remember walking into this wedding. And it was probably the most dead thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And they did the first dance, which I was surprised. They did the first dance. And I kid you not, no one else was dancing. There wasn't a DJ. It was literally some dude pressing play on his phone for their first dance. I'm like, listen.
Is this a wedding or a homecoming
dude, at
dance?
my wedding, I had a freaking banger DJ. He brought lighting, dude. It was crazy.
It's a celebration.
Oh, bro, it's a celebration.
You gotta
I know what
celebrate.
verse you're gonna pull up. I think I do.
I just hope I can find it.
You're in the New Testament. I was thinking Old Testament.
Oh no, I wasn't pulling up that.
David danced so much his clothes fell off, man. Listen.
Oh man. I will say that is one of my favorite TikTok trends. Is it just puts the verse coordinates on there. It's it just basically says, David whenever he danced before the Lord, and it's just people just going absolutely wild.
I love it. But yeah, dude, it was the most dead thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I remember just sitting there going, my wedding won't be like this. At that time, I didn't even know my wife. This was like super early college. But I was just like, yeah, this won't happen.
Personally, I'm not much of a dancer myself, but people will be dancing at my wedding,
Oh, for sure.
including me.
Oh, I will be, for sure. I will embarrass myself happily.
I think I don't know where this is.
I'll do the worm at your wedding.
That might be one of the few things I can do.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
That's
pretty
what's up.
confident in that.
I'm pretty good at doing the worm. That's a fact.
Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe. Okay, no. But, okay, so basically, I was actually looking just to test myself to see if I could, if I was remembering it correctly. But I was thinking about whenever Jesus was talking about basically just telling the Pharisees that they're never satisfied and
Oof.
how one of
That's
the many
a heck
times.
of a rebuke.
Oh yeah, and it was whenever he was talking about John the Baptist and how, like he, basically like he would only eat, like bugs, and so like he was just like really
Oh.
skinny and
Yeah, locust and honey, I think, is what it was.
like locust, honey, like just 100% sober, and like basically just like living off the land, and they were like like they they called him crazy, and yet the the Christ comes who is like eating and drinking and dancing, and I tried to remember. I was trying to check to see if he said and dancing because I think
dude, the
he
first place that
might.
Jesus did a miracle was at a wedding.
Oh yeah, and he turned water into wine. I'm not. Do not take this as me saying like, okay, go get drunk.
Oh no
By no means.
no.
But all that because here is something that people need to understand about alcohol.
Say it. I'm gonna give you 2 mics for this one.
How's this gonna sound?
I don't know.
Okay. Whenever it comes to alcohol, that is something that you take in with like friends and family as a
Booyah.
celebration.
Booyah. You don't
That
drink
is-
because you're sad. You drink in celebration, and you don't become drunk.
No. Yeah, I mean, so whenever Jesus did his water to wine miracle, it was at a wedding. Why were they drinking wine? They were celebrating the union of a couple.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's the celebration.
Yep.
Now,
You hear that, Baptists? Jesus wasn't out here creating grape juice. It was wine. It had alcohol in it.
I remember I had a pastor tell me once whenever I was like really young, because like from as soon as I can remember, like I don't know, I was just very analytical. I was always just trying to find out the facts of everything.
Right.
Like everything was a variable to me, and so I wanted the equation to match up. And so like I saw and heard about just wine and communion and how at the Last Supper it was actually wine,
Right.
wine and bread. And I had a pastor once tell me, it was like, well, the way that they made wine back then, it was the equivalent to like what we would call grape juice today.
No.
And even in that moment, dude, I swear I was probably 9 years old. In that moment, in my head, I was like, BS.
Yeah.
Like that.
Now, is
no,
it as
that's
strong
so
as
stupid.
alcohol we have now?
Oh,
No. By
Definitely not.
no means. We have crazy stuff now where it's like, dude, you take a sniff of that and you don't even remember what happened.
Right.
Um,
My wine of choice is like 17% alcohol, so I can have like a glass, and I got to
it's
keep
crazy.
it there.
It is crazy how strong they've made stuff. And we could get on that conversation about how strong they've made everything, right? But dude, it was alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It was alcohol. Because what does the Bible also say? Don't become drunk on what?
Wine.
Oh, that's really funny. So if it's grape juice, how does that happen? How does that work?
Sugar rush.
Sure. Oh no, you're drunk on sugar. What? No, that's not it. No, because there's also something. Stop talking. Stop talking. Ugh.
I think that we're getting to a fun place here.
I think we are too.
That might be the
Bible
problem.
talks about gluttony. Okay, listen, talks about gluttony, and then it also talks about becoming drunk, and it talks about them in two separate ways. That wasn't grape juice. That, my friend, was wine that had alcohol in it. Here's the thing, and here's what I always, always, always come back to with everything. Just because it's permissible does not mean it's beneficial. Meaning, if someone were to say, Lance, my personal conviction is I do not consume alcohol.
Cool.
Bingo, personal conviction. If that person comes to me and says, Lance, you shouldn't drink alcohol, I go, wrong. My personal conviction is not that.
It's like, it's not a problem for me.
Nope.
I know how to keep it within the bounds of essentially spiritual standards.
Yep.
Yeah, so no.
So I'm okay.
Yeah.
You may not, but I am okay. Same way that I do not consume alcohol in public.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. If I want to have a alcoholic beverage, I am typically at home with my wife. And it is only during the Christmas season. And literally, I buy a 4-pack of Guinness. And you know what the really funny thing is? I still have 3. And I bought them in December. I still have 3 in my mini fridge. It means I
feel
only
like this
drink
is
one.
an annual thing for you too.
And by
is-
summertime, I'm going to throw away 3
Yeah,
Guinness. I
exactly.
should just buy one at a time, really. But
you know, it was a wild year if you only throw away 2.
dude, it means that, man, it must have been a rough Christmas time.
I commend you for being able to do Guinness. I just can't do that
Love
darkest
it,
stuff
dude.
yet.
But I like dark coffee. I like really dark, strong coffee, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I equate it to. But that's my personal conviction, just simply because I'm in youth ministry. I don't want to be out at a restaurant and a student come up to me and I'm sitting there sipping on a margarita. Not because I'm not going to be drunk, guaranteed. But I don't want it there. I don't want the student to be like, oh, and now they feel weird or any of those things, man. I just want to be careful of that. You know, now when I go on vacation, yeah, sure, I'll have a drink at a restaurant. But I'm gonna be honest with you, restaurant drinks are expensive.
Oh yeah,
So it's almost kind of like I would rather just get an appetizer. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just get the mozzarella sticks.
it's like
That's what my brain thinks of.
Am I
right?
gonna get a daiquiri or hot wings?
Dude, honestly, the hot wings. Got to get that good
Every
ranch,
time.
though. If it's that good ranch, oof.
I'm
Man,
sorry,
that's
man.
what I'm craving right now.
Yeah, I could
go for some Buffalo Wild Wings right now.
Buffalo Wild Wings is good. The best wings I have
Oh,
ever
okay.
had.
All right. Let's hear it.
Anytizers tequila lime. Dude,
No way.
the
No way.
100%.
You know about those?
Dude,
I
I can't find them anymore. You have to go
can't.
to like every
No,
store
dude.
to try to find them.
Costco has them.
Really?
I'm almost positive. That is, that.
I'm going to Costco on my way back home from work tomorrow. If you're free, I'd like to meet you there. Those are the best.
Dude, that makes me so happy.
I've been eating
That
those
makes
my
me so
whole
happy.
life.
Me and my mom used to eat them all the time, dude.
Yes.
Oh, dude, they're so good. The tequila lime chicken
Yes.
wings. Yes, sir.
Dude.
Dude, they were so good. Man, Tyson, where are they at?
Dude, put those in all the HEBs, man.
Listen. We would do a commercial for you guys every podcast for free if you would just send us
100%.
like 4 bags a month. Just 4 bags. That's all.
Or more.
Tag him in the comments.
Please.
Tyson at
Help
Tyson.
us out here, guys.
We need the tequila lime chicken wings, man. Those things are so good. Oh Lord!
I can promise you a
do you dip
Tyson
'em?
t-shirt.
Do you dip them or you eat them straight?
Dude, honest. So with most of my wings, I typically dip them. With these, like, I won't ask for ranch. Like if
Oh no,
if it's presented to me, sure, but no, I'll go straight with
no,
those.
dude.
I
No
go
dip.
straight.
No dip, dude. Straight. Oh man,
Dude.
I'm so happy you know those wings,
Dude.
man.
Those are the best wings ever made.
Okay, what are favorite restaurant wings?
Oh, why am I bugging out on this?
I feel like there's really only like 3 options: Buffalo Wild Wings, Pluckers, and Wingstop. And then I think here in Conroe, there's something called Wings and More.
I've heard of Wings and More.
But I'll be honest, their chicken was dry. and it was really salty. Like I've never eaten something so salty in my entire life.
So what is that
It was
place?
bad.
I will say, in my opinion, Buffalo Wild Wings has the best dry rub.
Interesting.
Well,
okay.
it has my favorite dry rub, specifically the the Desert Heat. I love that one.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. But there was this place out in kind of more of like the Tomball to Cyprus region,
Okay.
and I don't think that they still exist. I hope that they do, but there was a place called Brewings. It was a bit more of just kind of.
It still exists.
Does
I think
it?
there's one here in Conroe.
I enjoyed that a lot, but I'm trying to remember where the best garlic parmesan. Dude, honestly, okay, yeah. So garlic parmesan, that's usually my go-to.
Oh man, the Buffalo
Um,
Wild Wing ones are pretty good. It's a wet sauce though.
It's
So it's a
very
little bit-
wet.
Yeah, it's a
now-
little bit different in my opinion.
Dude, lately, anywhere that I get the GP wings, it's always one or the other. It's either like super dry or just like
super
not
wet.
enough or super wet.
And you walk out with breath that could kill a whale.
Dude, straight up. If
Like-
B-dubs would just cut back on how wet the sauce is a little bit, it'd be perfect. But dude,
Yeah.
I want to say Papa John's. Papa John's has some killer garlic parmesan wings, dude.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
man,
it's
that's
slept
crazy.
on. It's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
It's
All
good.
right. I haven't had them, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't speak on it. But okay. Interesting. Huh. I'll have to try them.
It's good stuff.
Okay. Are we talking wings with bones? Or are we talking boneless?
I typically go with bones.
Okay. Good. Oof.
I'll go either way though. I don't mind a
Dude,
flavored
no,
nugget.
boneless wings or chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I
Let's
just
just
said.
be honest.
I just said like I don't mind a flavored nugget. That's
yeah. Bro. Okay. Yeah. Okay. They're not boneless wings. It's chicken nuggets
Yeah.
with sauce. That's what it is.
It's like the difference between a plank and plywood. It's like one is just a cut piece of wood, the other is shredded wood put together.
yeah, with lots of glue.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hysterical. Yeah, they're two different beasts in my opinion. I used to be a boneless guy. I used to be a boneless guy when I was in high school, and then I found the Lord, and so now I'm bone in. I'm pissing people off.
Dude, speaking of pissing people off, I'm gonna be so mad if those Anytizer tequila lime wings are not at Costco tomorrow. I'm gonna be
I want to
so
say
mad.
that. You know what? We're gonna look right now. I'm
Please.
gonna pull up Costco's website, and we're gonna take a look right now.
If y'all haven't had
Oh, they're
those,
so good, man.
don't go buy them so that there's more for me.
Oh, for
But
sure, for sure.
If you are
They're terrible.
If you're not in
Terrible.
the Houston area, specifically the northern Houston area, go buy them. Dude, they are amazing. Like, I can't even describe how great they are. In fact, I used to get where they already have like the wings cooked and heated up just in like those stands of Walmart. They used to have some tequila lime ones in there. Not as good as Anytizers, but they were still pretty good. Tequila lime is just such a great flavor. You cannot go wrong with it whatsoever.
No.
Judging by your face, I
Bro,
don't.
They ain't got him. They don't got him. Anytizer, right?
Yeah, it was Anytizers.
Anytizer. Those were so good, dude. Tequila lime chicken wings. Wow, that's a top search.
Yeah, it is,
Yo, we can get them from Amazon.
dude. Ah, man.
Wait. You can get them on Amazon.
Let's do this thing.
How much are they? That's the kicker. How much are you? It's currently unavailable.
I hope this is because people feel the same way about it as we do. Because the last thing I want is for nobody to be going to get it and
they
it just
stop
go out of
selling
stock.
it. Oh, dude, I'll promise you. Top reviews. What do they say? My grandson loves this product. Hard to find. Hard to find.
Yes.
Grandma,
It's
she
so
agrees.
hard to find.
Grandma agrees. Yvonne, okay, wings in a pinch.
Get out of here, Yvonne.
Get out of here. Nancy K. That's her name. I don't know. I hope I said that right. I'm gonna do my interpretation of how I think this lady talks. Okay?
Please.
Nancy K. These wings were okay. I usually make my own, but couldn't get any due to the shortage. I decided to give these a try. They were very limey, quote unquote,
Oh,
and not that meaty. I would not buy again.
lime is in the
Shut-
flavor.
Shut your mouth.
Were you hoping for more?
Nonsense.
Were you hoping for more tequila in the taste?
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
don't know.
too limey. What? It's tequila lime. What are you talking about?
The Costco here in Conroe has a liquor store, like
Yeah.
the Costco Liquor Liquidators, right? Is that what it's called?
I
what
honestly
it's
don't know.
called. I don't know either. Just go get a thing of tequila and pour it in there if that's what you want, right? Worth a try by Karen R. These are very tasty, but very messy. So have paper towels on hand.
They're
Hey,
hot
that's like
wings.
telling me that. Hey, Lance. I don't know if you know this, but eating things with your hands make it a little bit messy.
That's like saying Like-
oh, wow.
that's like saying like driving cars is cool. You might need gasoline. like,
you may.
Duh. You're eating
Oh.
stuff with your hands.
This dude, his name is Sellout. CELL out. Okay. Give it a 1 star. Okay. I'm going to talk like this guy probably talk. Okay. You
I
ready?
hope it's the voice that I'm thinking.
Followed the instructions to microwave them. Took one bite and was immediately turned off. The skin felt like I was biting into goo-like substance. Someone else complained about a different flavor bag having strange skin on the wings. You know this guy's living in his mom's basement,
100%.
and he thinks he's made a career out of reviewing Amazon food.
This is
And
the,
you know his mom comes downstairs. I'm creating a whole alibi for this guy. His mom comes downstairs with boxes of food he buys on Amazon, and he's sitting there wearing workout gloves so that he can type faster on his computer. And she comes down and she goes, "Honey, when are you going to get a job?" "Shut it, Mom. This is a job. I review food." And you turn around and you see this dude, 450 pounds. You don't know where he stops and chair begins and where chair ends and he starts.
the only reason why he hasn't been kicked out is because
You physically can't get him up the stairs.
well, once a month she brings down an envelope to him and it's a check. And so she doesn't know how much it is. It's just a
Right.
check.
Right.
And it is the check from YouTube of the sponsors that he's gotten from posting World of Warcraft videos, and it is $5.54 per month,
Hey, baby. He got them. At least he's making money.
or
off
however
YouTube.
much it costs to buy Andy Tizers and not like it. But
Man,
Blasphemer.
obviously, this guy. Let's look. Can I look at his profile? Dang,
catfish.
dude. He's got a. You ever watched Adventure Time?
No, but I know who that dog is.
Okay, it's Jake from Adventure Time. Yeah, I think he's just made a career out of these things, just trying to review.
I have bought so many things on Amazon. I have not reviewed that many things.
I haven't reviewed.
Well,
any
okay,
of
so
them.
what does you 5-star?
That's what I'm looking for. It looks like some kind of vacuum. Yeah, it's some kind of
dust.
dude. It's it's a $700 vacuum. Easy to put together and disassemble. We use it for the car and house. You mean for your mom's car and house? Ooh, get caught.
Sellout, you are no longer just not safe. You have become a target of this podcast.
We need to rip his IP and go find out where he lives.
Let's do it.
All right. Report. I'm gonna inappropriate, disrespectful, hateful, and obscene. Don't ever talk about my tequila lime chicken wings like this again.
Dude, this guy is going to
He's gonna get his
sus-
Amazon.
he's going to get
shut down.
suspended from Amazon. And dude, this is just going to so happen to come across his algorithm too. He's like, you know what? I'll check this out. It's just two dudes all the way in Texas, probably across the country from wherever he's at, and just ripping him.
Oh, okay. It says they have them at Walmart.
Which one?
I don't know. Check stores nearby. Not available.
Anywhere.
Not even in New Caney or Spring.
Dude.
Tyson. You know what?
I just got an idea.
What's your idea?
I'm going to look up on the Tyson website.
Oh, see if they killed someone with them. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they gave someone like a disease or something.
Worth it.
Hey,
it's so worth it.
It would be worth it. Is it loading?
Yeah. Well, sort of. It's a little slower than yours was. Actually, it's a lot slower than yours was. They don't have a search bar.
What? On the Tyson website, they don't have a search bar?
No.
What the mess? Tyson. Come on, guys. I need y'all to get your stuff together, please. Please just listen to me.
Okay, I'll just look under products.
Dude, it has
Any Tysons and snacking?
3.7 stars. Do people not know what good food is?
Apparently not. I should be dude.
Oh, okay. I found a copycat recipe on Reddit.
Okay, that's good enough.
Solid.
Because unfortunately, I cannot find it on the Tyson website.
Dang. Okay, this must be a thing then, because on Reddit it says, "Does anyone know a chicken wing recipe that is similar to the Tyson tequila lime chicken wings? I love those wings and can't find them anywhere anymore." We're not the only people. There's more of us out there. I feel like we're in a zombie apocalypse.
This is the real pandemic.
I feel like we're in a zombie apocalypse, and we finally found other living beings. Like I Am Legend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the moment we're having.
So
right
you
now.
and I are like the girl and the kid that just pulled up on Will Smith.
Basically, we're like, wow, a human who talks to mannequins.
I guess that's kind of what it's like if you're posting stuff on Reddit.
Could be. Let's see. No way! I found a marinade.
Dude, I'm about it. I have drumsticks at my apartment right now.
All right, I'm screenshotting.
They are covered in barbecue, but I could fix that.
Dude, got him. All right, got him. Booyah. Done. All right, I got it saved.
I don't think y'all understand just
It's
how
so
monumental
good.
this is.
Please, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Man. Where were we before we went off on this tangent?
Do you want me to take it back to the very beginning, which started it? It was my brain itch.
Oh, yeah. What was your... Oh,
King James.
The King James.
Then we got to alcohol.
Wow. We went from King James to alcohol to tequila lime chicken wings. Understandable. Of course, we're understandable.
But it wasn't the tequila that got us to that. It was something else.
Favorite chicken wing. We were talking about favorite chicken wings.
Where'd that come from?
I don't remember.
That was probably a tangent.
Probably. As everything we talk about is, pretty much.
What is your brain itch?
Dude, we didn't even pray before we did the podcast. We got to pray right now.
All right.
Father, thank you so much. I know we've already said some wild things. Father, I ask that you would, from here on forth, I pray that our hearts would be, the posture of our hearts, the thoughts and our actions and our words, Father, I pray that they would all be honoring to you. Father, allow us to be able to approach unsafe conversations in a way that is glorifying to you and is full of grace and absolutely full of truth. Lord God, we love you and we thank you so, so much.
Oh, Lord, thank you for allowing us, not just Lance and I, but everybody else to be able to gather here and look a little deeper and maybe a little weirder into some of these conversations, just having some fun with each other. Thank you for the community that you have developed, and thank you for any Tizer tequila lime chicken wings.
Thank you, Jesus.
And for the people who are brave enough to go and post the recipe online. In all seriousness, though, thank you for giving us the... honestly, the willingness to go in and learn your word and the willingness to go and talk about it, because really the only way that we're going to be able to get to the bottom of the things is if we talk about it. So thank you for giving us this ability and for giving us the grace and responsibility to go and do this. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay. My brain itch. This one's a bit controversial, and I know it will be. My brain itch is Botox and any body modifications that are not health related. I want that to be known. That are not health related. Okay? That's my brain itch. I am tired of seeing it.
I agree with you there because it's one thing because I'm just thinking about like specifically, people will get Botox like, on their face or forehead or whatever to prevent wrinkles. And it's like, okay, you could just get like, just healthier lotions or just whatever. Like, just simply be healthier, have healthier diets, all that kind of stuff. And that will help to alleviate some of that stuff. And also living a non-stressful life, which of course is, let me put it this way, reducing your stress.
Right.
That will reduce, like, stress equals wrinkles. That's how I see it. It's not just age. Because, like, I've seen some things come up, like, around my eyes or whatever. And I work in construction, so it makes sense. But, like, whenever I get into a place where I reduce the stress of my life, that goes away. And so that's going to be the same for everybody else. So rather than trying to change the body that the Lord gave you, like physically cutting it open and changing it, or stabbing it with the shot and changing it, just take better care of it.
And be okay with aging gracefully.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to bring this in here. One of my favorite Jeff Dunham jokes was so Walter, the old man puppet, that dude's my favorite.
Yeah.
And this is actually the first time I ever saw Jeff Dunham. He made this joke just because, the dude's always dogging on his wife and everything is like part of his joke, part of his little routine.
Oh, yeah.
And
the puppet.
The puppet. Dude, he's so lifelike. Like, I look at those as just little people. But I really
he does them well, man. Like,
dude, it's so good. But
he's an amazing puppeteer.
Jeff is always trying to get him to talk nicer about his wife, and so he's like, they're talking about aging together, and Jeff goes like, well, women age like fine wine, and Walter looks and goes, she's aging like milk, and it makes me laugh so hard every time.
she's aging like milk.
The best part is I had to throw out some old milk the other day, so it's like vivid in my mind.
It's a little
too.
bit. It's real to you.
Oh yeah. It's a little more real this time around.
Oh my gosh, dude. Man, have the grace to age. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I have wrinkles and gray hair. I want it to happen. I can't wait for it.
We were just talking about this, like, ladies, we want it just as much as you do.
Yeah.
Like, we want our beard to go gray too.
For sure. And that's the part where I'm like, and then this isn't just a brain itch. Oh, it is. It is a brain itch. But it's also a biblical problem. There's this really cool V word. It's called vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all thought I was going to say something else? That's funny.
I was going through like a whole encyclopedia. Volcano.
Your eyes are just twitching all over the place. It's a biblical word called volcano?
Vietnam.
That's good. Yeah, it's called handy dandy vanity.
That rhymed. Very
handy
poetic.
Dandy vanity. Thank you. Yeah, that's what that is. Hey, man, the Lord gave you the lips that he wanted you to have. He's allowing you to get wrinkles when you do. Things are sagging just like it was intended to. That's okay. It's okay. Well, Lance, I'm insecure.
Maybe deal with that.
Yeah. Maybe let's deal with why you feel that way before we start changing things the Lord actually gave you. That's my problem. Because here's the thing. Genuinely. I think that when we start to do a lot of those vain things, that's when a lot of this selfishness and self-glorification starts to really come in, where it's like, okay, let's say you got your lip fillers, whatever you wanted, right? And then you go and you look in the mirror and you're like, and I look so good. You're glorifying yourself. Be honest with you. Nobody cares. Sorry. Nobody does. There's this pastor that I absolutely adore, and his wife, I don't know anything about her, but every photo I see her in, I'm like, yo, you got lip fillers. No one here is dumb. We know it. And it drives me crazy because it's like, you're a pastor's wife. Have you ever read the Bible? Do you know what it says about vanity? The whole it's an insecurity thing, that doesn't fly with me.
That's not an excuse
No.
to me. That's you. Whenever people tell me that, that's just like, okay, so now we have two problems at hand.
One, you're insecure about something that the Lord created you with. Okay? So he doesn't make accidents. So therefore, you are insecure about something that the Lord said was good. Let's deal with that instead of we go and change ourselves. Now, for medical reasons, absolutely.
We're talking
All
about
day.
like the rare half a percent.
Yeah, my dad was having terrible migraines, and they thought Botox would help.
Interesting.
He looked like he was surprised all the time. He'd be really mad, and it's like, are you surprised? No? Okay. It was funny. And so, like, I know, like, some of those things, like I get it. I understand. And we can go into the details of all the different medical things. I just don't want to. But there are some medical things that have to happen. Like women, there are medical things, and there's some body things that have to change because of some medical things. And I get it. I 100% understand it. I have all the grace in the world for it. And if it is impeding and if it is destroying your health, absolutely go and do it. But if it is purely from a vanity perspective, then no, that's not it. I promise you, when you die, nobody's going to care. We think everything we do right now is for us right now here on earth, when we forget that we have eternity. And everything we do is for eternity.
Your lip fillers won't follow you to heaven.
No, dude, no. And by the
They
way,
won't
you're
even
also
follow you to hell either.
Yeah. Literally, you are killing yourself by injecting yourself with that stuff. You're just killing yourself. That's it. Well, Lance, I won't be attractive then. Why is that the name of the game? Yeah, I don't want to hear what I have to say. Oh, I'm going to start getting on some people's cases. But really, at the end of the day, it's like, listen, that's your perspective. I'm sure there is someone out there that finds you attractive.
Worst case scenario, he's blind. No one is safe.
Worst case scenario, they're blind. Thank you, Jake.
Actually, in your case, that's best case scenario.
All right, dude. That's...
Listen, I've been holding back some way
that
worse stuff.
That was good, dude. That was good. Wow. All right, we're gonna end that just right there. That's the end of the brain itch right there, dude.
Oh man.
But to sum it all up, man, that's vanity. It's vanity. It's vanity. We need to stop focusing so much on ourselves and focus on what God wants us to do and the people that are lost around us. Stop focusing on how you look. Nobody actually cares. Present yourself well. Yes, 100%. I'm not saying to be sloppy. I'm saying to present yourself well. I am saying to do the best that you can with what you have. Don't go altering something that the Lord created and said was good.
Straight
I would
up.
love to drop this mic, but I think I'd break it. Okay, so we have actually a heated debate that we need to get into.
We do.
And it's one that we've had on several times, but I think now it's just important that we have it on
We've done pretty good not to talk about it all week.
I think we have. Truthfully, I really just forgot. It wasn't me being conscious about any of it. It's just I forgot.
Oh, I'm with you there. Yeah, no, but it's yeah. So we have had this debate quite a few times with
Several
each
times.
other, and it never really goes like full 100%. Like usually it's just kind of like, okay, we're going to talk about this right now, and then we're going to debate about that. Okay, now we're on this part of it. Now we're on this part of it. But now we're just going to lay it all out
We're
there.
gonna lay it all out there. And the debate is Apple or Spotify. I'm an Apple guy. I'm Apple Music to the day I die. And unfortunately, our friend here is Spotify. That brokey
I'm
program.
going to open this up a little bit for you guys.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead and
take a
scan
photo of that bad boy right there.
Scan it if you can.
I wonder if we can.
I hope so.
I hope so too. It'd be sick. Yeah, scan it. It's pretty sick.
Don't listen to the part that says don't scan me. Just scan it. Trust me.
Yeah. For sure. Okay. All right. Opening argument. Go. Spotify. Opening argument. Better not be weak.
I thought we weren't going to do this like a court case.
Maybe we shouldn't.
No.
Spotify freaking sucks, and for people who can't afford Apple Music. Apple Music has lossless audio. You know what a lossless means? You're not losing quality. Okay? You got that? Okay. It also aesthetically is so clean. So clean. Apple Music is for people who enjoy music, not the people who think they enjoy music. Like the people who get on, like people, you know what Spotify's for? People who want to get on their phone and they're indecisive. They don't know what they want to listen to. So they just hop on down and go, oh, look, I'm pulling mine up right now. Release Radar. Oh, let me pull
Wait,
that
hold
real
on. You're
quick.
pulling up your what?
Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain that in a second. And go, oh, Release Radar. Let me play a playlist because I don't know what I want to listen to. Apple Music is for people who know what they want to listen to. That's what it's for. And it comes native on everyone's iPhone. So, opening statement.
So what I'm hearing by Apple Music is good for people who know what they want to listen to. I hear it's good at making playlists. And it might be.
Yeah.
You can make playlists pretty easy on Spotify too.
Playlists, or if you just want to go listen to a specific artist.
Yeah. You could do that too
Yeah. Okay.
on Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so,
is it lossless audio?
listen,
It's
I haven't
loss full audio. Yeah.
it sounds pretty normal to me.
Now,
But
compared to what?
I actually did have Apple Music.
Okay.
I had both of them simultaneously because Apple Music, technically, I still have Apple Music being paid for because it comes on my phone plan.
Wow. But you
But-
decided to want to waste your money on Spotify?
Yeah, I like quality. And so,
quality?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Spotify doesn't have lossless audio. Get out of here with that crap.
dude,
Quality?
Spotify is, I don't care. I honestly, I don't even know where you're coming from with the whole, it's more aesthetically pleasing. Dude,
Spotify has turned into a social platform. I don't get on Spotify to be like, I wonder what my favorite artist is doing right now. No, dude, I get on something.
I don't
listen
even
to
see
music.
where you could do all that stuff.
Oh, you don't even know your own app. Get out of here with this crap, boy. Look at this. Scroll all the way down. All the way down. Look. There's stories.
Huh. I didn't know that. Interesting.
You don't even
Well-
know your own app,
Well,
dude.
see, here's the thing.
You don't even know your own app.
Here's the thing.
Jeez.
It's so good that everything I need is already at the top. I don't need to scroll more than once to find what I need. And all those different options that I had in there, you're telling me that you are so indecisive you got to go all the way down there? If you are down there, you are indecisive and you have a problem. However, I will say this. To say that Apple Music is good for the people that know what they want to listen to, it's like, okay, so you are already going and basically, what's the word? You're minimizing the
Right.
amount of people that are worthy to be on there. You're making it a difficult user interface. In my own experience, compared to Spotify, Apple Music, it's just not as easy. Now you have a bias towards it.
Bias? Are
So
sure
you
it's a
have
bias?
learned exactly how to navigate everything. Whereas with Spotify, as soon as you download it, it doesn't take you more than 2 minutes to figure out how to navigate the entire thing.
Disagree. I disagree.
Okay.
So I went from Apple to Spotify, and it took me forever to find where I could find my playlists at. I could see everyone else's and like recently listen to music. I couldn't find my playlist that I created. It took me a while to figure that out.
I'm sorry.
Because Spotify pushes their playlists because they're trying to get more revenue by you staying on their app longer because people are paying Spotify to put their music on their playlist.
So you never thought to go to your library?
I did. I did go to my library. And you know what it did? When I went to my library, you know what it showed me?
Yeah.
Recently
Playlists,
listened to music.
Podcasts. Yeah.
No, dude.
Then that's another thing, dude. Whenever
No.
it comes to podcasts, Apple Music sucks so bad.
Disagree.
It just doesn't. It doesn't look out for the podcast community like Spotify does. Like Spotify,
It has a totally separate app for it.
What are you talking about? Spotify?
No, Apple has a totally separate app.
So you're telling me I got to take up more storage on my phone? Not about it. More space on my phone? No, thank you. You want to talk
Then
about
you really
aesthetically?
must not like it.
You want to talk about aesthetically pleasing? I keep everything on my phone on one page. Oh well, all of the downloadable stuff. I keep
Get
that all
outta
on one page.
Disagree.
About what my phone looks like? Okay.
Disagree. I just disagree with you. So look at this. We got Apple Music right here. Okay. Listen now. Obviously, I'm not paying for Apple Music right now. I'll explain that here in a little bit. Okay. Then you have this really cool thing called radio. You could hop over and you could listen to different radio broadcasts.
Talk about being indecisive about what you
NPR.
want to listen to.
No, I don't like it personally, but it's a feature that's on there, so that's cool. The radio, people commenting on music, right? And then you go over to your library and you got all sorts of music.
Wait,
in
hold
your
on. People
library.
commenting? And you're getting onto Spotify for it being a social platform whenever you literally have comments going on there?
It's a radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not commenting.
You just said comments. Like
Yeah, they're
people
commenting on music when they're talking about it.
I see.
Okay, all right.
Okay, the way I heard that
I
was
see.
that people are like going and typing like Instagram.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, no, that's whack.
No. But dude, listen. Apple is just so much easier to navigate. I think it is. I think it's so much easier to navigate. Apple looking at their interface keeps wanting me to purchase it. I'd love to if my wife was cool with it.
See, Apple's needy too, as if they don't already have all your money.
Okay.
Spotify only asked me to pay them once. And after that, they don't push anything else on me. The only thing that they push on me,
what do they push on you?
like new playlists.
Ads.
I don't get
all
ads.
the time. But you pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not paying for it, guess what? You're listening to ads. Where
Yes,
Apple,
and
you can't even listen to any of their music without paying, meaning they know what they're valued.
Disagree.
Okay, how so?
Because with Apple, okay, so this is my very first argument of liking Spotify more than Apple Music from the get-go, is that Apple is an already existing company.
Right.
Therefore, whenever Spotify came along with having this streaming, like the
Okay.
streaming style of music,
Okay.
just paying a monthly fee and getting everything, Apple came in and was like, you know what? We got a bunch of money. We could just put this over towards it. And then they started off. They basically had a branch developed in order to have Apple Music, whereas Spotify, this is their one and only. Like, this is all that they do. From the get-go, all they did was push entertainment. That's all they wanted,
Mhm.
was for you to be able to stream music, podcasts, audiobooks, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And so therefore, it's like, you're saying that Apple says that they know what they're worth, but they already have money coming in from MacBooks and iPhones and all these other products.
Okay.
That if anybody is going to not be harmed from having a free tier, it would be Apple. It wouldn't matter whatsoever.
Mm.
And because, listen, whenever it comes to ads, nobody wants ads, so they're gonna
No,
pay.
ads suck.
Like they are going to pay. But the fact that people have that option with Spotify to not have to pay, all you have to do is download it and you can listen to music. I mean, it broadens the spectrum for people to be able to use it, as well as this. And before you come at me saying like they have an app for Samsung, like I can't imagine it's good on there.
Yeah,
But-
it's literally the same thing. I know plenty of people who have Android that got Apple Music on it.
I would have to see it.
Okay.
But
All right.
my
We'll
point
talk to him
is
on Sunday.
that you're saying, so as you have said, Apple Music comes standard on everybody's iPhone.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's
It came
basically
standard on my MacBook right
it's
here.
It's pretty limiting to the iPhone. Like, yeah, sure, you can download it on Samsung and Google phones, but who's gonna do that? I
Plenty
mean,
of people. Is there Samsung
I don't know
Music?
anybody.
Do you know Samsung Music?
No, they get Spotify.
No.
Yes.
No, not everybody.
Everybody that I know, everybody
wow.
that I know that has a
Bias.
Samsung,
Bias.
experimental.
No. Bias.
Sure, because
Okay.
everybody that I know,
Bias.
everybody that I know that has not an iPhone has Spotify,
Bias.
and they love it.
False pretense.
Not even close.
Okay.
Not even close. Now, I will say this, just to go ahead and put a pause on our argument here. If you got a Samsung phone, what are you doing?
Yeah, dude, get an iPhone.
Dude, come on.
We agree on that.
Yes.
Get an iPhone. Dude, today,
We were actually just talking about it the other day. That, like, I'm not a MacBook person. I've also never really had to use like creative tools and all that.
that's
I've always,
what MacBooks are, I think, in my opinion. Creativity and productivity. Those are the two things that it's used for.
for sure. I've
'Cause
always
I'm-
been more of
I'm
like a
cranking
document PowerPoint kind of guy. So I've always gone
you
Windows.
go- yeah,
But whenever it comes to phones, dude,
Apple.
iPhone all the
Dude,
way.
here's why I love Mac so much. So today I was texting some volunteers. We got Breakaway coming up and stuff. I just dated the podcast, so people are gonna know when we recorded this. But
Only the people that know when Breakaway is.
true, February 30th. What up? It's funny. That's actually when I'm fighting the Pope. So Breakaway, we're having to postpone it. So I can
Oh,
fight the
okay.
Pope.
I was gonna say you
on
said
February
30th. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's when I'm fighting the Pope.
I'm such an idiot. There's not
Come
a
on, dude.
February 30th.
No, what?
God.
No, there is a February 30th. That's when I'm fighting the Pope.
Oh,
Dude, stop, man. You're
I'm
ruining
sorry.
it. You're ruining it. Don't ruin it. Okay.
I believe that.
Thank you. You believe I'm fighting the Pope?
Sure, that's what I said.
Good. Thank you. So today I was doing some work, getting stuff ready for Breakaway, and I had to text some people. I kid you not, I was texting from my Mac. It was so good, dude. Just typing like that instead of having to sit like this, just right there. Oh, so nice, dude.
That is fun.
But you know what sucked is I was gonna send a mass text message out to all the host homes and all the volunteers staying at the host homes with the kids, and I was getting everyone's messages in blue, like not everyone's messages, but I was adding everyone to the group message, and it was blue, and then green. I'm like,
It's so
One
annoying. Dude. There's
person-
always one.
one
And it's
person,
only one.
Yes, one person had an Android, and I was like, listen, buddy. Part of me wants to just not include you, so I can actually name this group message.
For the young adults, I thought about making 2 different group chats. One with
Do
all
we
the
have young
iPhone
adults
users.
that are Android users?
Mhm.
Who? No, don't say it. Don't name drop.
I won't name drop. I can tell you after.
Okay, yeah, and then we're gonna go to their house and pray for them very aggressively.
And funny thing is,
we're
I think
gonna
it's
lay
just one.
hands and pray very aggressively.
Yeah.
We were arguing about something. Oh yeah. Here's the thing with Spotify. Here's the one thing that it drives me so crazy. I don't understand it. When you open up Spotify, you ready? We're gonna open it up together here.
So
Okay?
I was thinking about what Dayton said.
Little Windex, baby.
Little
What up?
Windex.
So let's open it up, okay? We're gonna go to our boy Aha Gazelle. Okay, we're gonna open up his music. And it says popular. Okay, so what does that number right there say? What is that number?
922,514.
Okay. And what rank is it? Number 1?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Number 2, what does that number say?
4,558,535.
So why is that number 2 in popularity?
If so, hear me out on this
Does
one.
Spotify not know how to count?
I don't think that they're correlating popularity with the number of views / listens.
And
I think
how else would you equate it?
because okay, so let's say that I'm like losing all my terminology, but let's say that you basically for
The
like the last
terminology
30
that
days.
you never had?
Listen, yeah, whatever. I'm answering this on the fly. Whatever. So let's say like in the last 30
you don't
days.
actually have the answer.
Listen,
That's fine.
in the last 30 days or whatever, or even just like as of right now, like as of whatever like recent time period, this is what out of all of his music is being listened to the most right now.
No.
So think about like Netflix's top 10.
No.
Like trying to think of a movie. The Boxer might have like, thousands if not millions of more views than Griselda. But Griselda's like the most watched thing right now. That's why it's being ranked so high.
I don't like that. Apple
Okay.
Music, top music is all-time top music that has ever sold
But
for
the
that
problem with
artist.
that is that let's say that something brand new comes out, it's not going to be like up in the popular even if it's the most listened to thing right now. So that means that like if you opened up Taylor Swift, Love Story is going to be number 1 even though that song's like 15 years old.
Okay, let's look. This is why it's superior. Taylor Swift. We're going to look on Apple Music, not just my library. Taylor Swift. Okay. Music, Apple Music Award winner. That's really cool. Is there a Spotify award winner? I didn't think so. Oh,
Do you really care about all those awards and stuff?
what does that say right there? Oh, brand new music right there at the top. Brand new music.
I'll be honest, I could barely read it.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mr. Dyslexic.
Okay.
Right here, brand new. Sorry, buddy.
That was
This
personal.
is war. I'm sorry. Right
Hey,
there, it's brand new music.
This dyslexic idiot graduated high school early.
Hey,
So
baby, and you graduated college. What up?
I thought you were about to just leave it and you graduated.
Hey. Graduated early, and you graduated. Man, that's awesome. Brand new music right here at the top, and then it's got our top songs. Which, by the way, Love Story isn't even in the top 8.
That's fair.
Surprisingly, Shake It Off is, which is a terrible song.
Okay,
by the
but
way.
what year is all this stuff from?
2019,
That was-
2014, 2017, 2016.
This is a good experiment. I'll look it up on Spotify now what it looks like.
Interesting. Well, she's re-releasing all of her stuff like Taylor's version. So and it even has like, let's see.
This looks like a rather new thing. Cruel Summer, Antihero,
Cool.
Is It Over Now, Lover, Cardigan.
Cool.
I remember Cardigan.
It's good. I think
Well, I don't remember hardly any of her songs. So
no. Juliana loves her songs. But these are all-time top songs. And you can even hit this top songs thing and it'll rank all of her music.
Does it even show how many views it has? So we
No.
can't even see that. That's not honestly to
Will
me.
it?
I
Let's see.
don't necessarily care. I think that's more of something for the uploader for the artist to see. But you can't see that with Spotify. So
I love it, dude.
You can see the difference.
No. I don't care about how many plays it gets. I care about where is it ranking. And I think that's just better. I think it is. Genuinely think it's better. Instead of, this is the best in the last 30 days. Because I listen to a bunch of smaller Christian artists. Literally, they release a new song like every day. It's crazy. It's so much music. That's another thing. A lot of people releasing a lot of music, but none of it's any good. And especially in Christian music. Oof.
Oh, for sure.
Man, your grandma must have just really hyped you up because that was not good. Anyways, we'll stop. I got it.
So
That's another brain itch.
here's
for
one
another
thing
day.
that I do want to address
Okay.
before we get off the topic is I understand what you're saying about where do I think that it's from a bad place? Yes. But I do understand what you're
From a
saying
bad place. Wow.
whenever you say that Spotify is for people that don't know what they want to listen to. But let me alter that a little bit. I feel like that Spotify is better in it is. It's better in personalizing and developing playlists for you. And in those playlists,
Disagree.
including like the daily mixes, I don't really listen to the release radar because that's all of like it includes a lot of genres I just don't like listening to.
Right, absolutely.
And I hate having to just like press skip.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a bit more picky with my music. But the daily mixes specifically, those are more genre specific. So I think for me, I don't know if they do anymore, but I think I've gotten up to like 6 different daily mixes, and it kind of divides it by like genres and subgenres. So with that, like in there, I have like because that used to be my thing. I used to only go into the daily mixes because a lot of times it would throw in something new that I would have never heard otherwise. Because like my Instagram and TikTok is just full of memes. It's not new music, so I don't have any way of knowing, and I also don't follow hardly any artists. The only like bands and musical artists that I follow are like small bands and stuff who
Interesting.
I feel like are underrated. So I follow them just to kind of boost their ratings a little bit.
Of course.
But yeah, so like all those playlists and stuff, one is not only accurate, but it also shows me stuff I would have never heard before.
Apple has the same thing. It has daily playlists.
I didn't like it too much. It felt more repetitive.
It wasn't black and green.
Hey, it's a good green. It's a nice
Mid.
green.
Absolutely mid there, buddy. Have to disagree with that. Not about it. I think I'm just going to say that. Not about it.
That's fair.
Definitely think Apple Music is far
Not everybody's
superior.
perfect.
They vet the artists. Just disagree. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to know what you think. So in the comments, you can either say Lance was dumb. I disagree. I agree with Jake, a.k.a. Ryan Gosling, a.k.a. Master Groundhog. Or you can say, man, Master Groundhog, more like Padawan Groundhog. What up? I agree with Lance. Also, you can send us emails at notasafeplacepod@gmail.com. You can roast us.
Whenever y'all send your response or comment or however you go about it for the Spotify versus Apple Music thing, give like a star rating, like 1 to 5 stars.
Yes. 100%.
Wait, hold on. Why would we do that?
What do you mean?
1 to 5 stars. I was trying to think about. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you talking about the rating system on Spotify? Like the star ratings it has?
Honestly, I think it just had a brain fart.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Stinks in here.
Forget what I said.
Yeah. Just like what he was talking about Spotify. Forget what he said. Because what he said was wrong.
Before we finish up this conversation.
This conversation isn't close to being finished. I just want to know what people's opinions are.
Oh, okay. We're not done talking about it?
Oh, no. I'm done talking about Apple and
Okay.
Spotify. I think we've just...
I was going to say...
we've just like beat it into the ground.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I got one last thing to say, and then I need you to scan my shirt.
You gonna say something dumb?
Oh,
You gonna say something dumb?
I don't know, man.
You're about to say something dumb.
So Lance is about to scan my shirt. This is basically like a QR code sort of thing that Spotify has. So you can go on there, go to the little camera icon, and you can scan these deals. And it brings up an album, song, or playlist. Lance is about to do that on his Spotify app, which is indeed the streaming platform of his household.
It's funny that you say of his household. That's funny.
It is.
It is, and I'll explain it here in a second. Let me see your shirt, buddy. See what it says.
Put it into the mic.
We just got royally rickrolled.
There
That's
you
good,
go.
dude. I got to explain that. So my wife is indecisive with music, And I remember in the beginning, me and her both had Apple.
Juliana,
and
do you hear the way that he's talking about you right now?
Oh, I've said it to her face. She knows. She knows I begrudgingly said yes. Happy life, or happy wife, happy life. And honestly, it was something that was like, whatever. Well, I'll go to Spotify if you really want me to. I got tired of her complaining. Not complaining, but just kind of going, I really love Spotify. It would be like, this is when we lived in the apartment. And I'd sit at my computer or whatever, and she'd come by and goes, I really love Spotify. It's like, oh, okay. I think we should change from Spotify to, or from Apple to Spotify. I'm like, no. And she just literally just kept wearing me down. On Spotify, they have great daily mixes. I'm like,
They do. They really do.
Disagree. I lost all my playlists, dude. I had, I kid you not, on Apple, and I don't have it anymore, which is really unfortunate. I had a playlist called Water Park, and it was full of sad, just kind of sad / chill music. That was like, if you want to get in your feels, yeah, you pop this on, dude. Carefully crafted. I think in total of hours, 24 hours and 50 minutes of music. Carefully crafted. Every song is a banger you don't skip.
So that's what happens whenever you use Apple Music is you get into literally a day's worth of depression and create a sad playlist.
Sometimes. But I think people do that with Spotify too, so get out of here with that crap.
Oh, for sure. But mine is no more than 6 hours long, which I thought was long.
You just don't like music as much as I do.
Oh, I do.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Name every artist. Name every album to have ever been created now.
I'm not good with album names, that's for sure. I'm good with album pictures. I could do that. I can do album pictures.
You're really not a music fan then? Beat you. Done.
Speaking of which, I think that we need to pay some respect. Rest in peace, Toby Keith.
Ripperoni,
man.
Jabroni. Sucks. See you one day, I hope. Maybe. Was he a believer?
I don't know. Let's have a moment of silence real quick for him.
All right.
All right. We are back.
All right. All right. That was a really quick moment of silence.
It was just a moment.
It was a moment. How long is a moment?
Yeah.
All right, good. That was a good example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. R.I.P. Toby Keith. It's unfortunate.
Ironically, I never listened to Red Solo Cup with a Red Solo Cup in my hand, but man, I sure sang like I was.
Yep, me too. Only as a kid, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, back whenever iTunes was the only option, like you had to pay $1.29 for your songs.
It started out as 99 cents.
Yeah.
And then it went up to $1.29 with inflation.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember too much of that. I remember some songs being 99 cents, but for the
they were
most
all
part,
99
everything
cents.
was $1.29. But you know, back in those days, whenever you had to pay for each song, I on my iPod, because my iTunes was linked with my folks' iTunes, like we were all on the same little iPod plan, whatever you want to call it, and we had 2 Red Solo Cup songs in there. One of which, like, it was the same like album cover.
Okay.
One of them had like a grayish tint over it.
Okay.
The other had a goldish tint over it. And I want to say, like, next to it, like, it was Red Solo Cup and Red Solo Cup Deluxe. I heard no difference between the two. So I don't know what that was.
There's not a difference. One came on the deluxe album, and one didn't. That's really what it was.
There was a waste of $1.29 or 99 cents in there somewhere.
$1.29, 100%. Yeah, I remember when it was 99 cents on Apple. It was good days, man. Really good days. And I remember I didn't really spend a whole lot of like money on music. So like I would get new music and I would listen to it like over and 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 over. And then I'd be like, all right, I'm tired of this. And then one day I'd be like, I remember that song. And I'd listen to it over and over and over and over and over again. And then be like, all right, now I'm done. Thanks. Appreciate you. All the time. It happened all the time. There's something I want to get into real quick. And maybe we get into it, we tease it, and then we talk about it next podcast. Can we talk about how bad Christian music is sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Please.
holy cow. This is eating me up. It's been eating me up for a while. No music right now is good. Kanye just dropped an album. Sucked. Bad album. Honestly, I'm saying it's a bad album just because of the cover. The cover alone, where it has like a semi-naked woman on it, I'm like, I'm not listening to your album now, buddy. I think I hit play on one song and was like, I can't do this. And then I'd stop listening. I didn't even listen to a full song. Kanye, what you doing, man? What are you doing?
People have been asking that question for a few years now.
I know. It's just it's very infuriating to me. And then on top of that, no Christian artists are dropping good songs right now. I feel like we're just in a giant lull. No good music. I'm just really frustrated. And the music that I go and listen to that are like new drops, it's like, did you pull this out of your drafts from when you were in high school? Because this,
Literally.
like, I'm a firm believer that music is the building and releasing of tension. So make me feel something, build me up to it, and then gently let me down.
Jeremy Riddle, where you at?
Oh, my man, Jeremy Riddle. What up? That's music. The building and releasing of tension. You know what rap music is? The same beat for 2.5 minutes. And then if they really want to get crazy, they pull the drums out for like 8 bars. Or they pull out the melody for 8 bars. And they put it right back in. It's like there's no building and releasing attention here. It's you, your wife's a hoe. I love Oreos. Ah, ha, ha, ha. It's like, dude, shut up. You're not saying anything. Even Christian artists, like they flirt this line of, let me talk about Jesus and then let me also try to talk about a Birkin bag. No, dude. Shut up. Shut up. I just want to vibe. You're a Christian artist. Shut up.
It's like you have a message to preach. Preach it.
Yeah. Don't talk about, I just want to vibe with my buddies. First off, I hate the word vibe. Makes me cringe. Can't do it. Get out of here. Second off, no.
I used to use vibe all the time, so be careful how many times you say it around me. It'll go back on my vocab.
I'm not going to say it anymore. It's a cringy word. I'm just trying to catch a vibe with someone tonight. What did you just say? You're going to catch one? Dang, dude. Only thing you going to catch with the way you talking is gonorrhea, son. Get out of my face. Jeez. Sorry.
No, that's not a vibe.
I'm getting real testy right now. Oh, man, because I'm so upset, man. Every time I get in my vehicle and I'm wanting to play music, there's just no good music. And it's so unfortunate. And then, like, I listen to, like, I'm going to start name dropping. I listen to music from, like, Phil Wickham.
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh, man. I would challenge Phil Wickham to write a sad song. Because I'm tired of the 4 on the floor, you know, probably a song that's going to wind up as first or second on the playlist on a Sunday morning for the worship team. Like, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. You only have to learn one Phil Wickham song to know them all.
Oh, 100%.
I can't stand it.
Dude, I'm ready for... This is going to piss some people off. I'm ready for some churches start taking some musical risks on Sunday mornings.
Oh, dude. Take some risks.
Like,
yes, dude.
we get it. Oceans is good.
Let it die.
We get it. Like,
Songs need to die. I'm a firm believer
Like,
in
I
it.
get
There's
it.
a cycle.
Fierce
And
gets
then-
you going.
No! I hate that song. The message is great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of playing that song. I was a part of a young adults ministry when I was in college. It was one of the young adults ministry I was a part of. Every Tuesday night. All right, guys, we're going to open up with Fierce.
Every week.
Like a tidal wave. No, bro, chill. I don't want to hear that song again. And then, like,
That's the Blink 182
Oh, my
of worship music.
where are you? It really is, dude. It's just a song that just plays that I'm just like, listen, I get it. It's a good, and that's where I'm like, that's the part oh, dude, we're about to get into some uneasy waters here. That's the part for me where I get just a little like, because I know churches are playing that song because they need an upbeat song for the first song of their set list on a Sunday morning. And for me, I just want to go, no. How about you just play what the Lord tells you to play and stop thinking of it in the sense of, well, we need an upbeat song, a slower song, and then a slow song. And then we need a song at the end that's going to get people emotional. How about you just say, hey, Lord, what songs do you want me to play? Whether you start off with an amazing upbeat song or you end with an amazing upbeat song, just do what the Lord asks you to do. Some of my favorite things ever. Bethel Church does this, and I think it's so fantastic that they start their Sunday morning. Some of the services, I can speak about one service that I saw, and I'm sure it's not like this every Sunday because I believe they are following the Lord. That by itself, saying Bethel, I believe that Bethel follows the Lord is going to piss some people off. All the crazy, what's it called? False teacher. Investigator guys. I stand by it.
The heresy hunters.
That's what it was. Heresy hunters. I'll stand by it. I've seen some of their Sunday set lists where they literally they start off with a very somber song, and I'm like, dude, I love that. It's a somber song. It's getting everyone into this place of worship. I heard this pastor say this on Instagram. I thought it was fantastic. And he was talking about these people who would come up to him and say, oh, I just don't like worship at that church. And the pastor just goes, oh, I didn't realize this worship was for you. Are we worshiping you? And in my head, I was like, dang, son, give that boy 2 snaps. That was good. Because I was like, dang, like you're right. Who cares? Oh, I don't like that worship. Oh, I didn't know it was for you. I just thought it was absolute banger.
That is pretty sick. Yeah. I'm trying to think about my own experience. Because once I got here at Refuge, it's the worship is one of the things that really stuck out to me. But that's also, like, I wasn't much of a worship fan, but that also has to do with my own heart posture. It was not great at the time. But here, it's, it was just different, and I liked it. But it also wasn't just that. Like, I didn't come here just for the worship. It was, a pretty big bonus. But yeah, there was a bunch of other reasons why I came here. And so, yeah, that's a really good point because it's like, the worship's not for you. It's not whether you like it, it's whether he likes it.
Right.
And is it true? Is it, like, biblically accurate? Yes. And is it glorifying him? Yes. Then do it.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to Not a Safe Place podcast. Listen, if you enjoyed it, even if you hated it, let us know in the comments, all right? Hit the like button, hit the dislike button. On Spotify, if we deserved 5 stars, man, give us the 5 stars. If we deserved 1 star, give us the 1 star. Listen, we actually really want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
We really want to hear from y'all. So if y'all could give us the wonderful pleasure of emailing nasp.podcasts@gmail.com, that would be awesome. We want to hear from you. Even if you're like, Lance, y'all are idiots. We want to hear that too. Send us an email. We're ready for it. We want the smoke. Okay.
You'll hear us refer in some episodes to the earlier ones to send to a particular other email address that we will not say right now. Disregard that.
Disregard.
And go to, what is it?
nasp.podcasts@gmail.com. Unfortunately, the previous email that we were using to have all of our accounts on got hacked, and I guess they were doing some fraudulent activity to the point where I had to go and appeal to Google, and they said, no, your account's just going to be deleted. So,
I don't think that we had sent or received a single email on it other than like an account confirmation.
Yeah, that's all it was. We never received an email on that account.
This email was like, what, a month old and with zero activity, and it already got hacked.
Yeah. So if you, exactly. It was hacked super early. So if you heard on an earlier podcast us say another email address, disregard. If you sent one to that address, you were probably emailing a scammer in Russia.
Now, if that scammer can answer your questions, then wonderful.
Awesome. If they gave you a terrible answer, we're not responsible.
Yeah,
we wash our hands of that. That was not us. Huh?
I said just like Pilot.
Hey, I'm gonna go wash my hands, son. But anyways, if we deserved the 5 stars, give us the 5 stars. If we don't deserve the 5 stars, give us a 1 star. If we deserved a like, give us a like. If we deserved a dislike, man, give us a dislike. Write down in the comments, all that kind of stuff. We want to connect with you. We want to hear what you have to say. And we're just excited that we get to make content and you guys get to watch it and be a part of it all. It's really cool. It's definitely a really cool process. Anyways, we love you guys. We love you guys so much. The best way, just real quick, the best way for you to support the podcast is simply sharing our content. That's it.
That's all.
That is the best way, right? If you want to financially support, send us an email. We'll send you all the ways that you can financially support. Absolutely. But the best and the biggest support that anyone could ever give us is simply sharing and reposting our stuff on socials. We have a link tree that's going to be down in our description. If you would hit the link tree, you'll be able to see all of our social media platforms, everything that we're posting on, and we post regularly too. So listen, if you would just do that, that'd be fantastic. We love you guys so much, and we can't wait to get your emails, see your comments, and all that kind of stuff. We love you guys. We'll see you next episode.
Peace.